Graba ahí. Graba ahí.
Thank you, Mrs. Dragon and Mr. Biancononi. As we all know, our school, Middle School 210, is divided into 5 houses. So I may not be as familiar as I would like with all of the 8th grade students. However, on Senior Awards night, I truly found out who this next person and student was, and how academically talented she is. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the valedictorian for the class of 2010, a student who has received the highest average at Middle School 210. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Caba.
Go, Laura!
Originally with the speech, but I've decided to just stick to the traditional greeting. So let me begin. Good morning, Principal Manning, assistant principals, faculty, family, friends, and honored guests. Now, why don't I get to what we, the graduating class of 2010, really want to hear? We're finally finished. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so happy that I'm done, because even though I'm going to miss this fabulous school, I need a little break. Anyway, I'm almost 100% sure every one of you has heard someone say, this isn't the end, it's the beginning. And you might be thinking they have to come up with something more original, because we've heard that a lot of times, but it's true. Okay, we finished junior high, and that's a huge accomplishment, and you can see that because we are here for a reason. But now we have high school, which is a completely different world from what I've been told. But it is also going to be some of the best years of our lives, and we know just what we have to do because we learned in this school, Elizabeth Blackwell, is how it's done. All the trouble you may have gotten in the past is in the past. All the laughs we've had, and my classmates know I've had a decent amount of laughs, are hopefully memories we'll keep forever. But today it doesn't simply involve us reminiscing about the past. As corny as it may sound, it's about thinking about our futures and having the satisfaction of knowing we made it all this way. Most of us probably kept thinking that the difficult times would be over soon, and that kept us going forward, and that's how I feel too. The fact that we're here shows that it doesn't matter who got the higher grade or who participated in the most events or who got to kiss up to the teacher the most. If you're here, you're here. Whether you got here by working as hard as you possibly could or as hard as you had to. The point is, in the end, we all get the same ceremony and satisfaction of saying we made it. But whether we made a decision to get through junior high as a team or a solo, it was inevitable that at some point someone was going to help us, like our parents were supporting us. And I personally like to thank my parents, because even though I never had to be pushed to do well in school, they were always there when I got a bad grade, and they didn't call me a failure or say you have to do this and that, you have to be better. I remember a time when I was younger, and I first 75, I hated grades below 95. So, I set a little too high of a standard for myself. But I came home crying thinking my mom was going to hate me. And, she didn't. She told me that it was all right. And you have to remember, we're not perfect. We're not going to get 100 in everything. So, if you get that 100, great. If you don't die, okay? We also have to think of friends, like was mentioned, because they made school so much easier and made it so much more exciting. And I know you all, when you finish, I don't want to hear myself talk either, but we have to take the time to thank our teachers, and I'd like to thank the teachers who put me up here today. Mrs. Wagner, one of the funniest.
Go, Sue!
although I absolutely love all my teachers, has come to be my favorite educator yet here in the end. She taught with the same passion and character as all my teachers did, but she was also there when I needed to talk. She taught me a lot through the 7th and 8th grade, and you may not all see her the same because, I stayed with her during lunch most of the year, and her attitude was something I always look forward to throughout the day. She taught me a lot of words, but, it's cheesy, but there are only so many that I can think of that actually describe how much I appreciate her. So thank you, Miss Yan. Finally, I'd like to thank my assistant principal for 3 years straight, Mr. Biancanoli.
Maro, saque una foto.
Because, he doesn't take advantage of his authority and he does his job right, but he makes me laugh, and I like laughing.
No te puedo, prende la ese botón.
Thank you, Mr. Biancanoli. I'm sure you all have a teacher who thought made class easier or funnier, so like Miss Stark, who I love having as a teacher in 7th grade, or Miss Montana, Miss O'Connor, Mr. Nepkin, Miss Dane, or even a fabulous dean like the best dean in the world, Mr. Yoko. And now to something we call
Pégate más del micrófono.
times that we can hear again. All of us here have a purpose in life. And, in the future we may feel like something happened that made us feel like we were destined for failure. But, we're not worthless. There's always a way out of the situation. Movies show you all the time how somebody starts out with nothing and ends up with a happy ever after. And yeah, life isn't perfect. We won't end up with a happy ever after. We could be surprised what a little effort on your part can give you. You get a nice chunk of that very summer. I actually tried to think of something that would make the speech a little more interesting, but I think I stressed myself out a little too much. But when I just stopped and thought about something else, I actually had an idea. I'm learning sign language because I think it's really interesting, and I remembered the sign for the word try, like to try and do something. You make the sign for T in both your hands and from the chest and push forward. And I found that to be really amazing because that's exactly what trying is, pushing forward. So if you think that you shouldn't try anymore, you won't, right? Just do the best you can. That's all you really can ask for yourself. There isn't much else I can say from here. I know you're happy for that, but here go my final words. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2010. Guys, we made it!
Go, Susie!
Now, Mr. Guerra and the members of the senior concert chorus will perform Lean On Me, music and lyrics by Bill.